Hello everyone, and welcome to the second part of my review of the Harbor Freight water tank water combo unit made from Drummond. The last video I did was in July of 2019. Today is January 5th, 2020, and so that was about 6 months ago. And prior to that, I had been using the unit for almost a year. So in this part, I'm going to talk a little bit about the longevity and also about the power of this little unit and how it's still going strong and doing a great job for us. Stay tuned. So a little history, brief history. We have a water well that's about 450 feet deep, and that pump in there feeds water to this big water tank that we have. This is our water tank supply. It holds, I think, 1,500 gallons. And from here, to get water to our home, we use one of these combination water tank, water pump units here. Now, if you've ever walked down the aisles of Harbor Freight, then you may have seen one of these. Up at the top here, we have a water pump, 1 horsepower. And then down here you have, I think it's a 3-gallon water tank. And this supplies the water feed to our home. So this first unit I purchased in 2017, and it did a great job. The problem was I let the 1,500-gallon water tank run dry. I think we had gone on vacation or something, but it had gone dry, and so this pump kept going, and it ruined the bladder or the tank down here. Now, I didn't know it at the time, but I could have salvaged this water pump, and I still plan to, because I know that it does continue to work. And so what I did was we went and purchased another of these water tank water pump combination units from Harbor Freight, and attached that to the house that we use here. And sure enough, I did the same thing. I let the 1,500-gallon water tank run dry, and it ruined the green tank that was at the bottom, which is this unit right here. And so I thought, you know what, I wonder if I can just buy another tank. Now, before you say anything, yes, I know there is a leak, and we've got water leaking. There's a reason for that. It's called operator error, not a manufacturer's defect. That is operator error. And that is a result of my fine plumbing abilities. And so yes, I plan on rectifying that issue here very soon. I say that, but you know, if you watched my first video 6 months ago, the same leak was still there. So yeah, I'm procrastinating, and there's a reason for that, but that's we'll talk about that some other time. Anyway, so, and I know you can hear probably hear the gunshots in the background. Somebody is on the land, probably hunting or just practicing. Regardless, so what I did was I took the green tank that you see right here. It's got these 4 bolts. Got them here, 1, 2, and I'm going to come around here and show you 3. Oh, there we go, 3, and then 4 over here. You just remove those bolts, and then I used a Dremel tool to cut the solders here, and that way I could get to the power cord. And then I removed that green tank. The tank we now use as a pot holder or a plant holder. And so then I purchased a larger tank. I think this one is 7.5 gallons, 8 gallons, that's it. Not very large. And attached it to the water pump, and it has done a flawless job. Again, the only problem with it is operator error, and that is a result of my plumbing abilities. And so why haven't I been why haven't I fixed that problem? I'll tell you why, and that's because we have been working on building our home. And again, if you have seen my first video where I start almost in this area right here, to the left here, none of this was here. This was all an empty space, and it has since been built into the beginnings of a fine home. My building abilities compared to my plumbing abilities, significantly different, and mostly in part to my dad, who is an architect, who has been helping us with the building part. So structurally, the house is amazing. Now, as far as coming back to this unit, what I wanted to tell you about was the power of the unit in spite of the plumbing deficiencies here. On our land, I have recently had both my sons move with us, and they both purchased some RVs. And so from this spigot, which is being water fed by this little unit, this Harbor Freight water pump, from here I have 2 water lines going to about I guess about 60-70 feet away is my youngest son's little RV, and which he enjoys thoroughly. And then about an 80 to 100 feet away, up a little bit on the top of our hill, there is my son and his wife's fifth wheel. I forget the size of it, but it's pretty large, and it supplies all the needs: shower, toilet, washer and dryer, sinks, all of that. So this unit, again, coming back to the Drummond Harbor Freight water tank water pump combo, it does an amazing job. And right now we've had this unit here working and supplying not just our home, but again 2 RVs. It has been running now for just over a year and doing a great job. And we have it just plugged into an outdoor socket, supplied or electric supply, and that's really it. It's a simple unit, and doesn't take much to put together, except patience, I guess. And okay, so the reason for all of the plumbing issues is, again, because of the house building. We've had to make several modifications to the route of the water, and it finally had gotten to a point where I was just tired of constantly making these changes. And I know that we're about to move this entire unit here very shortly to another location, and so that is why I have not taken the time to properly fix the plumbing issues. So regardless, the video is not about my plumbing issues or my lack of plumbing expertise, the lack thereof. This video is about how amazing this little unit is. And if you plan on purchasing one of these, I highly recommend it. I do not work for Harbor Freight. I am not a home builder, and I am absolutely not a plumber. But I can tell you, as far as supplying water to our home with excellent water pressure, and also to 2 other RVs or to 2 separate RVs alongside our home. This does a great job. Anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to try to answer them as well as I can. Thank y'all very much, and Happy New Year 2020.